Kunja Bihari. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Kadamba Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan Yagi ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chevam Naruttamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tatu Jayam Udirayet Nastaprayesu Avadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistike. Continuing to read from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 25, entitled The Characteristics of King Puranjan, Text 51. Devahu nama puryadva Uttarena puranjana Rastram utara panchalam Yate shrutadaranvita Devahurnama puryadva Uttarena puranjana Rastram uttara panchalam Yati shrutadaranvita. Somebody chant. Devahu, of the name Devahu. Nama, as it was called. Purya, of the city. Dvaha, gate. Uttarena, on the northern side, Puranjanaha, King Puranjan, Rastram, country, Uttara, northern, Panchalam, of the name Panchala, Yate, used to go, Shrutadara Anvita, with his friend Shrutadar. On the northern side was the gate named Devahu. Through that gate, King Puranjan used to go with his friend Shrutadar to the place known as Uttarapanchal. The two ears are situated on the northern side and the southern side. The ear on the southern side is very strong and is always anxious to hear about sense enjoyment. The ear on the northern side, however, is used for taking initiation from the spiritual master and for gaining promotion to the spiritual sky. The right ear, or the ear on the southern side, is called Pitrihu, which indicates that it is used for attaining the higher planetary systems known as Pitriloka. But the left ear, which is known as Devahu, is utilized for hearing about even higher planetary systems such as Maharloka, Tapaloka, and Brahmaloka, or yet even higher planets situated in the spiritual universe, where one becomes more inclined to be permanently situated. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita 9.25. Yatha yanti devrata devan pitrin yanti pitrivitaha vrataha bhutani yanti bhutena yanti madhya jinopimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. Those who worship ancestors go to the ancestors, and those who worship me will still live with me. One is interested in being happy on this planet as well as after death generally. One wants to be elevated to Pitri Lokas. Such person can use the right ear for hearing Vedic instructions. However, one who is interested in going to Tapaloka, Brahmaloka, the Vaikuntha planets, or Krishna Loka may take initiation from the spiritual master in order to be elevated to such loka. Om Jnanatimanasya Jnanandana Salakya Shakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So there's a process of gradual elevation within the universe. And the Vedic literatures outline that process, how we can attain better and better domains. And we're seeing that the right ear was used to attain, it is known as Pitrihu, and therefore aiming to attain Pitriloka. But Pitriloka is still not as good as the higher planetary systems in the universe. In the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Rita, there's some more description on that, and it says, of course, there is Swarg above the middle planetary systems where we currently reside. Then there are the lower planetary systems. In the heavenly regions, pious souls can attain, who still have a desire to enjoy, but who are inclined to do this in a proper way, in an authorized way. They can attain the higher planetary systems. And above them are the Jana Mahar Tapa Lokas. It's said that Jana Loka is the abode of the Prajapatis. So the Prajapatis, they live for a very long time. The Manus, for example, the Manus, they live in a very, very long time. One Manu lives 91 Divya Yugas. Divya Yuga is a cycle of 4 Yugas. So 91 Divya Yugas is a long time. So these are very great personalities staying in the Jana Loka. Then the Maharloka is still higher. It is said at the time of the dissolution, great heat comes from the mouth of Ananta Sage, who's at the bottom of the universe, and the heat increases so much all the planets burn. But the heat is also felt in Janaloka, but not in Maharloka. So it's said then the residents of Maharloka or Janaloka are traveling to Maharloka, right? And there are great sages who are just absorbed in worship. Higher still is the place of the Brahmacharis in Tapaloka. Those who are Brahmacharis, they can attain Tapaloka. And higher still is the place where the sannyasis go, which is Brahmaloka. It's the topmost planet within the universe. So we can see in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam one is placed in a particular region within the universe according to one's involvement with lusty desires. If one is lusty and is not engaging according to principles of Dharma, then the middle planetary systems where we are now. And the result of that is one will go down to the lower planetary systems where one will suffer. In the higher regions, the devatas, they also engage in lusty activities, but they do so according to Dharma. And then we get the Prajapatis. The Prajapatis are basically performing austerities and all the time to get good offspring. The main focus is just austerity and austerity, austerity. The sages who reside in the Maharloka are yet more absorbed in transcendence, and then the Brahmacharis in Tapaloka. So in this way, there are different planetary systems of Devaki through Diksha, it is said. It says that is the process of Diksha, to transfer Divya Gyan, transcendental knowledge, to transfer pure transcendental consciousness. So that's what it's about. So this gate, that gate, of course, we use all our gates for sense gratification. Sit next to the swimming pool, right? And on a big bed, sort of like drinking some coconut, got your big wireless, super duper stereo earphones, noise cancellation, earphones on. Meanwhile, your brain is getting fried by the things because it's all Bluetooth, right? So all this radiation goes from one side to the other side to your brain. I wonder why more and more people are now getting Alzheimer's. So, maybe. Anyway, so in the future we're going to have a lot of fun. You see all these people with the white sticks in their ear? You see them walking around, these little apple white sticks? Good luck to you. Yeah, nice music, yes, very nice. And in the future, so handy, you can take any call, anytime, always connected. Yay. Yeah, well, you'll get disconnected in the future. Bing, cuckoo. So this is the situation. So now we're using both ears for hearing rubbish. We try to enjoy all the senses at the same time. That's perfection. Tasting something good, hearing something good, getting massage at the same time, and so on and so on. All enjoy. Why enjoy only one of the senses? Enjoy all of them. Are you ready? Why not? Yes, so, and Bhagavatam is totally focused on an eternal goal, and particularly on an eternal relationship with Krishna. And in trying in that relationship with Krishna, trying to give everything we have. So many personalities are described in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. And each of these personalities is outstanding. Outstanding means different from the average person. Not looking at what is everyone else doing, but rather living with the scriptures. When we live with the scriptures, it means the scriptures are the standard, not what other people do. The tendency is to conform. The power of the psychological power of being in the company of other people is very, very strong. And we tend to conform. And they have all kinds of tests, like in a waiting room of a doctor. Everyone's sitting, and then suddenly this bell would go off. Then two people in the waiting room would stand up. And all the others are sort of looking. And then some also stand up. Right? And then it goes on again, and after 10 minutes, again. This time more people stand up, right? And by then, it's become the norm. So then everyone stands up, right? Every time the bell goes, everyone stands up. You can see videos about this, right? Or there's the thing, there's a man, he's got a hat, right? And they arrange, and he goes in a lift, he goes down in the lift. So they arranged it that on the next floor, there are also two men, and they also have hats, and they get into the lift, right? So then, suddenly in the lift, there's three men, and they all have hats, right? Now the two men that just joined, they take off their hats, right? And then after a while, you see that the other one also takes off his hat. Yeah? It's like that. So it's like, or someone comes in a lift and everyone is turned in the other direction. Then this man, and after a while he also turns and aligns with the other people. So how much are we doing it? How much are we actually aligning ourselves with others? Yes. We're different, but not so different. Right? Looking at trends, and a little different, but not too much different. Right? That's the art. Yes, so everyone conforms. But then we see in the Bhagavatam, we see these personalities who are Mahajans. They are great, powerful personalities. And these Mahajans, they are exemplary personalities, and they're described. Like Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj, he's born in a demon family. What can you do? A family of healthy demons, right? His father was a first-class demon. Not uncommon. There's more of us who have some demon fathers and even demon mothers and sisters and brothers and demon uncles and demon aunties, right? Yes. And so So it's difficult not to become a demon when you are surrounded by demons. It's just natural. It's normal, right? I mean, you've already done some demoniac things before you even started thinking. Huh? Your mother was feeding it to you, the unedible things. Yes. So what to do? So all these things are going on. Yes. And then we see that Bali Maharaj, right, just went against the norm, against what other people were thinking. Even his guru was instructing him falsely. And Bali Maharaj had the presence of mind to just stick with the scriptures. He just stuck with the instructions of the scriptures. Somehow or other he knew. He says, no. His guru said, no, don't give to Vishnu. Don't, because he'll take everything in 2 steps. Then where will the 3rd step you promised? 3 steps of land, and and he'll take the 3rd step, and take everything in 2 steps. Where will you put your 3rd step? Then you'll make a big offense. You'll go to hell. This, that. Don't do it. So Bali Maharaj, he said, no, to Vishnu I must give, because he acted according to scripture. So this is the point, right? And of course not, one has to know which scripture. And then Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, the essence of all scripture. So this is what we are meant to do, to act according to Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. And therefore, we first have to become absorbed in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Therefore, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is meant to be our constant companion. Constant companion means we read Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and then we have Shastra Chakshus. Then we see through Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. And then we act according to Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. And in this way, the Bhāgavatam is our constant companion. And therefore, this lecture every day about the Bhāgavatam, to pull our mind into the Bhāgavatam, so that when we are in some mundane environment, when we are with the demons, yes, Prabhupada called factories the dungeons of the demons. It's like, it's all about industry. Right? We're all part of the industry. It's like really buying, selling goods, right? Factory made. So these are things from the dungeons of the demons. Yes. And your immediate boss, your supervisor, is expert. He's your friend, he's understanding, and then he's chastising and demanding. And then again, your friend and understanding, and then a little carrot. If you just do a little better, really, I mean, you're doing good. You're doing very good. We really appreciate, appreciate your contribution to the company very much. But, there's an opportunity, golden opportunity, and you gotta work hard for it. But if you do, right, you'll get promotion and you'll earn 40% more. And just showing you quickly, with that 40%, you can borrow actually from the bank. Actually, the company itself has a mortgage plan for you. Yeah, that's one of the benefits in our company. You get a mortgage. No, really. Better interest rates than the bank. Yeah, you can get. So you get 40% plus better interest rates. Think. Carrot. And then chastise. I mean, you gotta do better, you can't perform. Expert demons. Expert demons. Right? He cares about numbers. He has to show numbers. Right? That's what counts. Right? It's not the effort that counts. It's the result. The effort is useless if there are no results. You have understood. Yes. The effort is nothing unless there are results. understood. Yeah. So that's a demoniac culture. How different is devotional service? Even without effort. If you already think of it will be automatically awakened. Just do service. You can chant a little faster. If you chant too slow, Hare, space, 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 Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Krishna, Earth, Earth, Tokyo, New York, Sydney, Hare, shopping mall, Krishna, kite surfing, yeah. Too much space between the mantras allows for the mind to go all over the place. So actually, very slow chanting is not recommended. If we chant very slow, then we just leave a lot of space for the mind. So concentrate simply and get some speed. Build it up. So in this way, we can just get absorbed, completely absorbed. And it all comes gradual, natural. Doesn't need to be forced. Krishna consciousness is not about force. And then you have to, if you want spirituality with force, then you got to go to some of the neighbors. There are some fellows, they are really into force. It's all about force. But Krishna consciousness is a voluntary process. It is based on attraction, natural attraction, which will be awakened by simply engaging in devotional service. So that is our business. And we don't care through which ear you hear. Hear the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra through both ears. Better to 2 ears than to 1 ear. Right? And that's it. Hear it any way you can. Right? And it doesn't matter whether the house is vastu. Like you see, if there's a tree in front of the house, and according to vastu, this tree is wrong, and it will bring bad luck to the house. Then destroy the tree. No. Vaishnava knows that if you kill the tree unnecessarily, that you'll get reactions. Therefore, Vaishnava will keep the tree, because the Vaishnava doesn't care that the vastu is wrong, because the Vaishnava knows Krishna will adjust it. If we simply chant the holy name in this place, we don't worry about this vastu. Prabhupada didn't worry about vastu. Prabhupada didn't do a lot about vastu. Because it's karma kanda. Jyotish, what will the Jyotish say? The Jyotish can tell you about your karma, but the Jyotish cannot tell you about your sukriti, about the benefit of devotional service that he cannot see, that you get from Krishna and not from karma. No Jyotish can calculate what you get from Krishna. So simply serve Krishna and everything gets adjusted by the sukriti. The karma gets overpowered. Therefore, karma kanda, pious activities to counteract bad karma, is not required. Just go for the sukriti of devotional service. So that is the conclusion. I'll end with this conclusion and see if you have a question or two for 5 minutes. What they say? You have to love yourself. Oh. Well, the Vaishnava, this is the self-esteem stuff. Love yourself, right? In order to love, you have to first love yourself. Now, how does a Vaishnava deal with this? A Vaishnava says, a great Vaishnava said, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, I am lower than a worm in stool. Okay, well, he's got a problem there. Maybe got a serious case. I am so fallen that anyone who comes in touch with me loses all his pious credits. I mean, this guy needs some therapy, right? I mean, it's like getting serious. And then so that's 2 verses, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and then the 3rd verse. But how amazing it is that one as fallen as I has received the mercy of Nityananda. And then the Vaishnava is ecstatic. I got the mercy of Nityananda. And in this way, it doesn't matter that you're lower than a worm in stool. Yes, I'm lower than a worm in stool, but I got the mercy of Nityananda. Yes, I am so impious. Everyone who sees me gets contaminated. But I got the mercy of Nityananda. So that takes care of the whole self-esteem issue. And one who got the mercy of Nityananda, Nityananda means always blissful. Nityananda. So one who's got the mercy of Nityananda also becomes Nityananda. Also Nitya Ananda also becomes always blissful. I've got the mercy of Nityananda. Through Prabhupada, who is the representative of Nityananda. Because Nityananda is Adi Guru. And he's the representative of Nityananda. So we really got the mercy of Nityananda. So no worries, mate. No worries. Should be right. Yes.
Maya is Krishna's energy itself. Maya is Krishna's energy, and it's very strong. We have no power against it. So we depend on mercy. And we see this in so many situations. Like we say, even Brahaspati, who's had such a sage teaching, so if he does a wrong act when he sees a woman at that level. People who are doing devotion service like Maharaj, he fell down he was at bhava level. He has fallen down. So it's sometimes quite scary, and we keep telling that, okay, just do devotional service, forget about the outside world. But then, especially for kids, it's a big issue. But they are seeing kids outside here. And sometimes...
What about kids' big issue? That's the point. Everything made sense, you said, and now I'm wondering what you mean.
Yes, because sometimes the kids, they feel, why aren't we like this? Why aren't we enjoying like this? If you tell them, sometimes I have seen, I've been very fortunate, Krishna's mercy, it's totally Krishna's mercy. But in other families, I have been seeing that the kids are literally revolting. You always take us to Bhagavatam class. We don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing this thing? And they go away from devotional service.
Yeah. Well, that's also there.
That's a big issue itself.
Sure. Yeah.
And we talk about being humble, but...
Okay, don't put too much all in one question. You're putting the whole book in one. So many points. Now you're bringing humble in as well. Can we leave humble for next time? Just Maya, the power of Maya. You know, the power of Maya, and then how strong it is, and how we are all struggling with the power of Maya. Yes, and that Krishna can overcome the power of Maya. Now, the kids, right? First of all, Srila Prabhupada, how was Prabhupada conceiving it? Prabhupada came from this very transcendental platform, and then came down a little bit towards the people. Right? Adjusted a little bit, but he adjusted a little bit for the people. Then it still didn't work. He adjusted a bit more and a bit more to make it all so that they could connect. Right? So initially Prabhupada had a plan for the kids that he would say that They should, there's no need for all these things they learn in school. All they need to learn is little mathematics, reading, writing, like that, and scripture, right? And that was it. So, but how can, if you educate your kids like that, how can they function in society? They can't. They can't. They can only function in Hare Krishna communities. So Prabhupada was in favor of that kind of education. Now, we have socially evolved. When Prabhupada came and started this movement, he came with all that transcendental energy. And then we started to find a social form in which we could function. And it changed tremendously over the years, right? I mean, in the past, anything Maya, that was not allowed. In this temple, I came here for the first time in 1984 to this place. And at that time, there was not one lady in the temple who was allowed to be there without her head covered. I mean, that was the standard. No one, no lady, if a lady walked around without a head covered, right, that was a big thing. And a big issue was made out of that. Now, I'm not getting on, but I just see all the heads, right? It's okay. I'm not telling you that now we have to bring back 1984. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying it was a different cultural time. And so, from Prabhupada's time and after Prabhupada's time, the Krishna conscious movement was quite isolated from society at large. Devotees who had a job outside were very few. It was even grihastas. We're all living for the temple, all working with the temple. Some had a little house here in the street, in the back, right? Somehow or other. And of course, what is Bhakta Bhavan? That was Grihasta Bhavan, right? All the grihastas were renting flats there. Right? But everyone was connected to the temple. The idea that you would have a job, and it's like, I remember in 1985, there was a vice president in Vrindavan who left the temple and went to Australia to get a job.